Hello viewers, welcome to my channel, Somone Urban Homestead, Sustainable City Living. Today we are going to talk about flowers. I'll take you through the garden tour of the flowers that have grown in this yard, together with the other stuff. I've taken you through the type of fruit trees that I have, the vegetables that I'm growing, the herbs that I'm growing, and today we are going to go through the flowers that we are growing on this yard. As you are aware, flowers are also part of the ecosystem, and we need flowers really to survive, as we are going to see. So before I even go further, like showing you my garden tour, I'm going to quote the Bible. As you are aware, I quote the Bible as I go along, showing you what we are supposed to do, the sustainable living that we are supposed to maintain, and knowing quite well that whatever we need, the basic needs that we need in life, God has already provided for these basic needs. So let's get started and get a quote from the Bible. So the first quote is from Song of Songs 2 verse 12, and it says, "Flowers appear on earth. The reason of singing has come. The cooing of doves is heard in our land." This is from Songs of Songs 2 verse 12. The other quote is also coming from Songs of Songs 4 verse 16. And it says, "Awake, north wind, and come, south wind. Blow on my garden, that its fragment may spread everywhere. Let my beloved come into his garden and taste its first fruits." So we know, even the Bible has mentioned flowers. We know that the flowers are beneficial in our surrounding. Instead of putting concretes, let's try to grow flowers in our yards. So let's just look at the benefits of growing flowers. We know that having flowers around our home greatly improves our moods and reduces the likelihood of stress-related depression. Greens, greenery. I love greens. It relieves my stress whenever I'm relieved. Flowers and ornamental plants also increase levels of positive energy, which is true, and help people feel secure and relaxed. You just come out of the house, if there are flowers, if you go and sit in the garden, you will feel relaxed, and there will be that serenity that will make you really feel relaxed. Flowers are also important in nature. They can feed insects, birds, animals, and humans. They provide natural medicines for humans and some animals, and aid in plants' reproduction by enticing outside pollinators like bees and butterflies. Without flowers, plants would merely be green and the world would be very dull. It would be a dull place to live in without flowers. We enjoy also the flavor and health benefits of making a herb tea. I normally like taking hibiscus tree. You know, I get the flowers of hibiscus tree, dry them, and then instead of going around looking for tea bags, if they are there, I just pick those hibiscus dried flowers, and it's very tasty. And then you make a tea. You can even add lemon or mint, and you take that cup of tea. Flowers, the main important thing with flowers, like if you are thinking of gardening, you are thinking of growing something to eat, you really need flowers, because the main important thing is that they attract bees and other important pollinators like butterflies, birds, and then you have a higher yield if you have a natural pollinator within your garden pollinating your fruits. we know that the longer these pollinators stay in our garden visiting flowers to eat and drink, the greater chance of improved pollination for our edible crops, especially those that bear flowers. You need the pollinators to make sure that they are helping with fertilization. So having said that, having gone through the Bible, an indication that God himself planted the flowers, God himself put the flowers on earth so that they will be giving us, they will be helping us grow food, pollinate the things that we are growing. Let's get started and now go through the garden tour. I show you the type of flowers that I'm growing in this yard. And before we go for the garden tour, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe below and leave your subscribe and leave your comments below. I'll be able to answer all the questions, and I would like to learn more from what others are doing. So if you leave your comments below, I'll be very grateful. Subscribe to my channel. Let's get started and go for a garden tour of the flowers that I've planted in this yard. So for flowers, we started with growing a lot of roses, and since we're planning to have this place turned into an entertainment center, we had concentrated on growing flowers. This is a white rose, then there is this pink rose. The pink roses are here. Two more pink roses. Then the other color that we have is this one, though it's not doing very. This is a red rose. There is a red rose here, and then ground cover, we have some flowers like ground cover. This is a ground cover. This is another flower that we are using as a ground cover. Another red rose here. Then we have some white roses this side. This is the smaller type of the white rose. This side also there is another white rose, the bigger type of white roses. This is what is growing this side. Then there is this one, the yellow rose. This is the yellow rose. We are also growing this. This is, I would call this pink. It's a pink rose. We've also got a combination of these natural flowers. The orange ones, they are natural flowers. Then this side, there is a white rose, and there we have a clear yellow rose. This is also another type of flower that grew on its own. We have another pink rose here, and then the white ones here. This is what we are using as what we started growing as flowers. And then this side we have hibiscus. It's a bigger hibiscus tree, this one. Hibiscus flower. This is the hibiscus flower. There is a red rose here that is hiding behind some of the undergrowth, acting just like the other flowers, bringing out the flowers so that the pollinators can be attracted to it. flowers are not just grown because of the purpose of producing flowers and them becoming pollinators. You know that flowers also, they are air purifiers. So because I'm crazy with flowers and I like growing everything, I've incorporated some of the flowers that are inside the house. Like in the living room, I've got some flowers. I've got flowers in the bathroom. I've got flowers in the bedroom. I've got flowers everywhere. I know that they purify the air. And from the theory, you can understand from the practical point of view that it's really true that they purify the air. Because before we had the flowers, it was, we could feel that, you feel the heaviness in the chest. But like, as it is now, I enjoy being inside the house because of the greenery and the feeling at peace and enjoying the fact that God created us to be an ecosystem. As part of the ecosystem, we are part of this planet Earth, and so we should behave like one. We are not different from the other animals which are still mingling with the plants in the bush. So these are some of the flowers that I have grown here for the very purpose of purifying the air and also acting as producers of flowers to attract pollinators. This is another type of ground cover. This one here. In pots, these are the flowers which I have. I have this one, this which can also be used as a ground cover. This one, these are in pots. This is a shrub. These are the flowers which are in pots. You can see these are the flowers in pots. That's the shrub. Flowers growing in pots. These are the flowers. The money maker is also in a pot, with these flowers also growing in pots. Flowers growing in pots. I have this creeper also, which has covered the veranda. The source is here, and then it has covered the whole veranda. This is how it goes. This is the creeper that has covered the whole veranda. And we have this one here, this one here, and finally this.